आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by SMSF Connect, the podcast channel by SM Sehgal Foundation.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
This episode is the continuation of the earlier episode. We got an opportunity to know the insight from Dr. Kalachand Sai, director at Wadia Institute of Himalayan Geology, Dehradun, Uttarakhand, regarding the Himalayan region. The Greater Himalayan region, sometimes called the roof of the world, is noticeably impacted by climate change. The most widely reported impact is the rapid reduction in glaciers, which has profound future implications for downstream water resources. We all see the impact of climate change in the Himalayas. Melting glaciers and unpredictable weather conditions, changing rainfall patterns, and increasing temperature are impacting on the people and wildlife of the region. There is a high interdependence between the glacier located in the Himalayas and the energy security of the country. Almost 33% of the country's thermal electricity and 52% of hydropower in the country is dependent on the water from rivers originated in Himalayas. These rivers, receiving a significant part of their water due to the melting of ice, glaciers, make an indispensable part of India's energy security. There is a need to do more research on it and save the Himalayan region for our future generation. The research wing of Wadia Institute of Himalayan Zoology is carrying out research in this area. Let's hear more about this from Dr. Kalachand Sai, director at Wadia Institute of Himalayan Zoology, Dehradun, Uttarakhand.
Next important thing I told that some of the springs are dead, some of the springs are dying. So based on our geochemical studies, based on isotopic studies, we are finding out what are the causes for these springs getting died as well as are dead, and we are trying to rejuvenate all those springs so that the people living into the high altitude villages they get their drinking water, irrigation water, domestic usages. So this is the next important application related research we have been pursuing at Wadia Institute of Himalayan Geology. Today is a very much talked topic that climate change. From our research, whenever we talk about climate change, we have observed the indicator of the climate change into this Himalayan region, like the glacier shrinkages, glacial lakes are being formed, being expanded, tree line is shifting, and in that one is making some sort of adverse impact to the water scarcity, adverse impact to the health, adverse impact to the what you have asked, that the crop production, adverse impact to the energy security also. So in those point of view, we are pursuing some sort of research how we will be able to make that comprehension of the climate change to the crop production, to the energy security, to the water scarcity, to the health hazards. But as if you look into the mandate, we are not 100% working into the direction of the health related issue, we are not working directly on the crop related issue, but we have understood the impact of the climate change, what it is making to the health, energy, food, as well as water security of our country. And there are a lot of research publications, research work we have been pursuing, and this is disseminated in the form of published domain, in the form of reports, in the form of our some sort of we disseminate this knowledge among the people living into these regions, and what are the way forwards. For that also we are educating the people, and we are also doing some sort of research. I like to share with you that when there have been some sort of scarcity of the water, the yield of crop production has been reduced, but some people also propose that high yield crop production with the low water requirement. So, in that case we also have been pursuing some sort of study that will lead that whether that high yield crop production also emanating much more greenhouse gases compared to the low yield crop production or not. If it happens like that, the research still we have been doing in collaboration with other organizations, then again we are coming back to the climate change impact, the way climate is making impact to the different sectors I talked about. So, if again that high yield crop production produces much more greenhouse gases, so for that impact assessment, for that assessment also we have been doing collaboratively with several other organizations. You see again that different institutes under science and technology has different mandate, and they have been pursuing that related research. At Wadia Institute also we have a very defined mandate, and our science is completely vested to the understanding of the Himalayan geosciences, so that we can provide some sort of implications to the geohazards and its mitigation, georesources, climate tectonic interaction, as well as glacial hazards and glacial related phenomena. Nowadays this also has been very important under the influence of the global warming and climate change. And whenever there have been some sort of phenomena into this Himalayan region, particularly our institute, we have lot of collaborations with the Russian counterpart and American counterpart, European counterpart, especially from the UK. And after the 2021 Dhaliganga Rishiganga also we have made or we have published a paper in high impact science paper, and even as well as scientific report from our institute, where we have shown what are the main causes of this avalanche took place into the peak winter, and that has been published, and we are doing work together. So, internationally the Himalayan science, and everybody is attracted to pursue Himalayan science, because Himalaya is such a place, it is a natural laboratory. It will give an opportunity to pursue research with regard to comprehending earthquake processes, with regard to comprehending landslide processes, with regard to comprehending glacial and glacial lake related phenomena. So, this natural laboratory, many people, many scientists though have been working, they are showing interest to work together, and we are getting a lot of recognition by joining hands with them. They are having different type of expertise, we have our own data, we have our expertise. So, we are trying to build that cooperation and cooperation program, so that we can understand much more whatever we know at present. So, we want to go ahead, and that way in the international forum, science and technology with regard to green energy, with regard to disaster risk reduction, with regard to climate adaptability, with regard to all sort of phenomena what we have been doing, there have been tremendous interest, there have been tremendous progress also by our science and technology, different institute, different organizations in science and technology point of view. Even on the energy, that thrust fold belt of the Himalaya is a very good source for the hydrocarbons, minerals, ore bodies. So, if we need for the socio-economic development, all the resources are there, but in the Himalayan region, exploitation of these energy resources and maintaining the ecology of the Himalayan environment is a big challenge. We must make a balance between the ecology and the economy. So, that is what our research has been going, and we are seeing that in international arena also the Himalayan research has got a biggest attraction. In our country also, Prime Minister and government, state government, central government, all are showing lot of emphasis. so that we can build a disaster resilient society, we can have a climate adaptable future, as well as we can have some sort of socio-economic development without disturbing Himalayan ecology.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing the importance of research on the Himalayan region in the changing climatic conditions. We would like to thank you and your team for doing commendable work in this area. Considering the impact of climate change on Himalayan glacier, it is necessary to encourage research on Himalayan glacier. In this direction, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India has been providing support for glacier research to the science labs in India. There is a need to encourage the micro-irrigation system in agriculture sector, installation of water-efficient fixtures in domestic sector, constructing structures for rainwater harvesting, etc. will help to reduce the stress on available water resources. With the continued effort of our science labs and research institution in India, we hope we'll attain to save our environment from the effects of climate change.
Thank you for being with us. Stay tuned for more. You can also listen to these podcasts on Spotify, Apple, and Google.